The paranormal legacy of Flight 401. Hauntings and horror ghosts of Flight 401, a haunting tale of tragedy and terror. The tragic crash. The Fateful Night. On December 29, 1972, Eastern Airlines Flight 401 embarked on its ill-fated journey from New York to Miami. The Lockheed L-1011 Tristar jet was a state-of-the-art aircraft, and the flight was expected to be routine. On board were 163 passengers and 13 crew members, including Captain Robert Loft and First Officer Albert Stockstill. As the plane prepared for its final approach to Miami International Airport, a minor technical issue with the landing gear indicator light set off a chain of catastrophic events. Descent into disaster. The crew became fixated on troubleshooting the malfunctioning indicator light, which distracted them from their primary task of flying the plane. Unbeknownst to them, the autopilot was inadvertently disengaged, causing the plane to lose altitude gradually. By the time the crew realized their mistake, it was too late. The aircraft crashed into the dark, murky waters of the Florida Everglades, breaking apart on impact. Aftermath and horror. In the chaos of the crash, the once luxurious cabin of Flight 401 became a scene of utter devastation. Miraculously, 75 passengers and crew survived, but 101 lives were lost. The survivors faced the terrifying ordeal of waiting for rescue in the alligator-infested swamp, surrounded by the wreckage and the bodies of the deceased. This horrific event marked the beginning of an enduring legend that would haunt the airline industry.
Subscribe and activate the bell.
Part 2. The haunting begins. First signs of the supernatural. Following the crash, eerie tales began to emerge from Eastern Airlines employees about strange occurrences on other L-1011 jets. These stories often involved apparitions of Captain Loft and First Officer Stockstill, leading to widespread unease among the crew. Flight attendants reported seeing their colleagues in uniform, only for them to vanish without a trace. The apparition of Captain Loft. One of the most chilling sightings occurred on a Miami-bound flight. A flight attendant saw a man in an Eastern Airlines uniform sitting in the cabin. She approached him, and to her horror recognized him as Captain Loft. Before she could react, he disappeared into thin air. This incident was corroborated by multiple crew members who claimed to have seen Loft's reflection in the cockpit windows. Ghostly warnings. There were also reports of ghostly warnings from the apparitions. In one instance, a pilot claimed that Captain Loft's ghost appeared in the cockpit and warned him of an impending mechanical failure, which was later confirmed to be true. Another crew member saw Stockstill's apparition inspecting the plane's instruments before takeoff, only for those instruments to malfunction shortly after. Part 3. Encounters in the sky. Unseen passengers, flight attendants, and passengers alike reported unsettling experiences during flights. One such encounter involved a flight attendant who saw Stockstill's ghost standing in the galley. She froze in terror as he turned to face her with hollow, sorrowful eyes before vanishing. Other reports included cold spots, disembodied whispers, and the sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. Haunting the fleet. These ghostly encounters were not limited to a single plane, but seemed to haunt the entire fleet of L-1011 jets. Pilots reported seeing shadowy figures in the cockpit mirrors, and maintenance crews found tools inexplicably moved or missing. Some crew members even refused to fly on the L-1011s, fearing the wrath of the restless spirits. Shared experiences. These experiences were shared among crew members who had no prior knowledge of each other's encounters. Many felt an overwhelming sense of dread and unease while on these flights. Objects moved on their own, and sudden drops in temperature were common. The once pristine planes now carried an atmosphere of fear and foreboding.
Subscribe and activate the bell.
Part 4. The investigation. Anomalies and explanations. Eastern Airlines conducted an internal investigation into these supernatural claims. While no official explanation was given, the stories persisted. Skeptics suggested that the sightings were the result of stress and trauma experienced by the employees following the crash. However, the frequency and consistency of the reports suggested something far more sinister. Media frenzy. The media quickly caught wind of these eerie tales, leading to widespread public fascination. Articles and books were published detailing the ghostly encounters and the tragic crash of Flight 401. One such book, The Ghost of Flight 401 by John G. Fuller, became a bestseller, cementing the legend in popular culture. Public reaction. The public's reaction was a mix of fear and intrigue. Many were captivated by the possibility of ghosts haunting the skies, while others dismissed the stories as mere fabrications. Despite the differing opinions, the legend of Flight 401 continued to grow, with new reports surfacing periodically.
Subscribe and activate the bell.
Part 5. The Legacy Enduring Legends. To this day, the story of Flight 401's ghosts remains one of the most famous cases of aviation hauntings. The legend endures, with new reports occasionally surfacing from airline employees and passengers who claim to have experienced the supernatural. The tale of Flight 401 has become a staple in ghost lore and aviation history. A haunting reminder, the ghosts of Flight 401 serve as a haunting reminder of the tragedy that unfolded in the Florida Everglades. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the story of Flight 401 continues to captivate and terrify, leaving an indelible mark on the history of aviation. These eerie occurrences and ghostly apparitions stand as a testament to the unresolved anguish of those who perished in the crash. Eternal vigilance. The haunted tales of Flight 401 also serve as a cautionary tale for the aviation industry. They remind us of the importance of vigilance, safety, and the human cost of technological failures. As long as planes fly, the ghosts of Flight 401 will continue to remind us of the fragile line between life and death and the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. And you, my friend, what will you do on your next trip? Write to us in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it with us, so we join our family. Sam Bubbles for more fun, true stories. So, see you soon.